Hey, what's up, man? We've got a little segment. I'm Chris. That's Bing with the Labkids. We're a little side lab session here. We've got a little segment called Run It by Bing. Anyway, I'm just going to bring some random trending topics, not trending, maybe just some of my own thoughts, maybe a question I've had in my mind, in my life, whatever it is, I'm going to bring it by Bing because Bing, to me, is one of the wise guys, or he might just talk some shit about it. But anyway, here we go. We're going to run it by Bing. There's a study that shows a phone call with your mum can reduce your stress levels just as much as a hug.
It depends on how often you talk to your mum. If you're one of those people that talk to your mum once in a blue moon, then perhaps that's true. If you're someone like me who talks to your mum regularly, every second call is a fe'au or an instruction. I feel like I'm being hugged around the throat by her fingers.
Thank you. We're going to whiz by these, by the way. It was great. Another study. Obviously, today I'm bringing you a bunch of studies. These have been conducted by universities, predominantly in America.
Like these are real, legitimate?
Yeah, these are real.
Okay.
These are real. But a study is just as good as a study is, you know that. Anyway, another study shows the middle child is usually the most athletic sibling.
I think the difficulty with these middle child studies is that the middle child is only the middle child until the next child is born. So if I were the middle child, would I be the most athletic until my next sibling was born and then I become the top percentile, so the top 50%?
Where are you in the picking order?
At the moment, I'm the oldest.
At the moment?
Yeah.
We don't know what mum's going to do.
We don't know what dad has done.
Shout out, Daddy. I'm gonna need your help on this one. An ultra crepidarian is someone who gives opinions on topics they know nothing about. Have you experienced this? Have you experienced someone?
I think you walked me right into this, Chris, and that I'm experiencing this right now. That all of these things I have no experience, no knowledge, and no understanding of, and now you're making me comment on it. So yes, I'm an ultra crepidarian.
We live in a day and age and the level of technology, everyone is this.
On everything.
So everyone is, right? We're all guilty of this.
Well, I'm an ultra crepidarian, you're just an ultra crip.
I'm ultra blood. You said you're ultra crip.
No, you're ultra creep.
Okay. Dads who make jokes can raise happier children, study says. Dad jokes. You know, we love dad jokes.
Yes.
But like, there's literally studies on this suggesting that...
Sorry, suggesting?
Suggesting.
Yeah.
Not suggesting. That you can raise happier children.
Yes. Yes. I mean, a humorous upbringing is a good upbringing. As long as there's a balance between the humor and the discipline, the more difficult things of life that you're addressing together as a family. But yeah, sure, humor helps to bring up happy, healthy, and funny children. My dad jokes kind of take on a life of their own sometimes, and sometimes the kids appreciate it and sometimes they don't. But what they do know for sure is that their dad is one of the best because of his ability to create dad jokes from nothing.
Yeah. You are pretty good at that though. I'll give you that.
One of my favorite things to do is to tell my children why street names were invented. So we took one of my kids' friends home that day. Like, Dad, can we take Samson home? His mum's at work and he's not going to get a ride. Like, yeah, sure, jump in. Where do you live? And he goes, I live at top at Triple Terrace there. And I go, sweet. As we're driving, you know, my mind's working and I'm like, this is how I can get this kid on board. Hey, Michael, do you know? And he goes, my name's Samson. Oh, sorry, yes, Samson. Do you know why they call your street Triple Terrace? He goes, no. Why? Look, has no one told you? He goes, no. And I use that to kind of start building the story.
Line.
Yeah. Back in the day, there were the three fishermen that came to the top of the North Island. They helped Maui to pull up the South Island. Have you heard that story? No, you haven't. Oh, well, ask your parents about it. If your parents don't know about it, then I think your parents might need to go back to school. But they call it Triple Terrace because there were three fishermen that came to help Maui, and they lived right on that street. Back in the day, before there were roads, before there were houses and all of that stuff, there was this big what do they call it? Like a village, like a township. There was a big township that was right there, and that was where all the 3 roads led into. So that was also fed into the Triple Terrace part of it. And the terrace they shortened it because it used to be the Triple Terrorist, but people didn't really like that word because those 3 people were a terror on this community. And now it used to be called the Triple Terrors, but they fixed it now, and now it's called the Triple Terrace. I'm like, wow, I'm going to ask my dad about that. And we see there's my son in the back. Yeah. So I like to make up things like that.
But I was waiting for a punch, or like he went and told his dad, and his dad came and told you. You just leave you just drop those gems and like, and that gives you
walk
like,
away, spray and walk away. Yeah. Sometimes my kids go, hey, Dad, why did that thing happen? Okay, and then the kids straight away like, oh, shut up. We already know you're gonna make up one of your bullshit stories. Okay, no,
I've heard that before.
It was on the news. They go, what? Have you heard of the Triple Terrace? Yeah.
That can get you in trouble though if you're doing that to a kid or a person that's, how do I say this? Like a dumbass. I had a friend at work who done, and they were about to. I had a friend at work, and he was telling us the story of him when he was a younger kid, not super young, maybe like 10 or something like that. They were having fish and chips. They were having fish and chops. They were having fish and chips on the table.
You said fish and tips.
Fish and tits. They were having fish and chips on the table, and his dad told him, "Yo, go get the butter." And he was like, "Yeah, where is it?" And his dad was being sarcastic and said, "It's in the oven." Sorry, if my mate opened the oven and then my mate got a hiding. He opened the oven, bro. Oh, fuck. I'm not even gonna say his name. He's my uso right now to this day, bro. I love him, bro. He's straight. He's good.
I've got a similar one with something like
damn.
that. And they're like, "Hey, Dad, have you seen butter?" And I'm like, "Why are you asking me? Like, have you seen it?" And I go, "Yeah, it's up my ass." And the kid just brief, quick second. I go, "Up my ass." What are you fucking looking for? There's no. Go over there and up.
Nah, fuck. That's sad. Fuck.
My ass. A quick glance down at the ass.
Bro, when he tells me that, when I hear that story, it just reminds me of that, and I could just imagine the bro opening the oven and it makes that squeaky, so this old school oven just and then looking back at the dad and the dad just bah. Anyway, shout out to my bro. Look after these kids, everyone.
Nah, they need to learn.
Yeah. Just probably break the cycle of like beating them more. Maybe just have a laugh.
Yeah.
I don't know about. I'm sure my mate ended up inside the oven. Mm-hmm. Yo, in Japan, you can hire someone to apologize for you. When are you gonna hire someone to apologize to me? And what do you think about this?
First question is when I have something to apologize for, and the second question was, that's crazy. Like, I don't know if it's real, but the Apology Olympics, and people try to show their apologeticness in the most extreme way, like people doing breakdancing moves and ending in a bow, people forward flipping and landing in the full bow.
Wow.
Yeah. So no, I mean, what do I think about it?
You're talking about the same thing, but this is slightly not different. But I should have probably led with this. But in Japan, where apologizing is deeply ingrained in the culture, professional apology services exist to help individuals express regret. So you're talking about the Olympics and the competition, but this can be like, yo, I'll just get one of you to go around to Bing's.
Yeah, tell him that I can't do the podcast again for the 4th week in a row, and just apologize to him because I can't be bothered going and doing it myself. That it's, even though it's important to him, it's not important to me. So I'll pay you $7 and go over there and do this apology for me. Thanks.
He's got some work for you. Bedtime procrastination is a psychological phenomenon when a person stays up too late in order to feel like they have some time to themselves. First of all, I'm guilty of this. Do you understand what I just said? I'm super guilty of this. I acknowledge it, but I still feel like I get a bit of time to myself and I have a bit of control when I do this, when I know in fact it's doing me harm. Do you do this?
No. It's been a long time now, but my me time is early in the morning. And if I want more me time, I just get up earlier. I'm also a firm believer in sleep, and that it's very important. And, you know, there's that meme that says, you know, there's two types of people. One scrolls on their phone until the sun comes up and then quickly tries to go to sleep before work, and the other one knocks out within seconds of putting their head on the pillow, and they find each other. You know, that's the meme. And I'm the latter. When it's time to sleep, I sleep on purpose. Put my head down, close my eyes, count to 7, and I'm out before I hit 3. And then I'll wake up early. If I want to play the game, if I want to watch a movie, if I want to read a book, if I want to go out and hold out, I'll wake up early and have time to myself. Good 2-3 hours before everyone else gets up. Yeah,
That's beautiful.
yeah.
I've never thought about that. Yeah. I was about to say I'm not a morning person, but if I fixed this problem I have that allows me
Then
to
you
wake,
might be.
Yeah, then I could. And it'll be a healthier way to get some me time. Gen Z wants to stop us using the thumbs up emoji as it's too passive aggressive. Do you use that emoji much? Do you use emojis?
Yes,
Are you a heavy user?
but not a diverse user. I have my 4 or 5 that I go to regularly.
Yeah.
The thumbs up not being one of them. Especially on social media chat platforms, you can like messages, double tap, heart them, and things like that. But yeah, no, thumbs up. I can understand the passive aggressiveness of it. I feel the same with the word okay. When you're undertaking work and it's your job to pick up that mic.
Right.
Yeah? And okay, I'm gonna do all of this, and then Chris, would you just pick up that mic? And you say, okay. Like, no, you're not doing me a favor. That's your job. You do it. So when I say pick up that mic, you say yes, sir.
Whoa, shit.
But yeah, is that the same?
Wow, I think so. That's great you brought that up. That's, wow.
Don't say okay, because it feels like you're agreeing that it's something, like, it feels like you're doing something for me. It's not for me, it's your job. Yeah.
You said it in the beginning. You said it feels. So that's all on you.
Yeah.
So someone could say okay, and you know very well that they don't mean it to interpret. They don't mean it like that.
But what
it's
if
how you feel?
Okay.
What?
Okay.
About what are you saying okay about?
Whatever you're saying.
Well, that you just can't hold a conversation. Then we're not conversating. There's different context.
Okay.
That's totally different. I know what you're doing. This is a great exercise. You can say okay.
Is that the same as? So if you said you can't hold conversation in, and I said, is that the same? That's okay. The same as? Because like what? Like, yo, hey, so if I went like this, the place is open, come. But if you're talking mid-conversation, I say,
yeah, that's different.
hey,
yeah.
because so there's also the nuances, and you can't read nuance in a message.
That's probably why gens are like that. They're like
you
that,
can't
eh?
read sarcasm. You can't read.
Although, I'll say this sounds old, but like, although our era, we could say it. However, we would never. What am I trying to say? We would never take it wrong. And if we felt like we did, it'll be words back like, "Yo, did you mean this or what?" You know what I mean? Like, it's just words. It's just words.
Did you see the Key and Peele skit?
Yes.
Where one of them is angry on the text and the other dude isn't.
That's poking fun at this
At that
whole thing.
specifically,
Yeah.
yeah. So, and I also don't know who Gen Z is. What gen are we? Gen A? No, sorry. What gen are we?
We're millennials, so
I despise that so much.
don't. And
But I thought children spawns in the 90s are millennials because they lived the majority of their childhood in the new millennia, whereas we were born in the 80s. We had a good chunk of our childhood was gone. Sorry, I didn't. A good chunk of our childhood was gone by the time the new millennium hit.
thumbs up. I don't know. Second born causes the most trouble. Study finds. Next. Applying a male's underarm sweat to a female's lips is known to help women relax, boost their mood, and help regulate their menstrual cycles.
That's interesting, and it does sound weird and yuck at first, but we must remember every time you're in the car,
and it makes no difference if you go near a fire.
we must remember that sweat in and of itself does not carry an odor. What makes sweat seem bad is that it's associated with body odor and smelling.
Wait. Hold, pause, wait. Did you just say sweat doesn't have an odor?
Yes.
Are you just saying these wild things?
So if you sweat from your forehead and then smell it that way. If you sweat from your forehead and smell it.
Why do you smell it like cocaine or something?
Yeah. That's why I changed my hand gesture. If you sweat from your forehead and
You
smell it,
smell it like...
it would have a significantly different smell to if you went under your arm and smelled it. Because there is bacteria mixed with the sweat that creates the odor. Otherwise, all your sweat would smell the same.
The body doesn't work like that. You're right to some extent. It's a case by case. Everyone produces and processes whatever they put in their body.
Why does your forehead sweat not smell?
How do you know some people's doesn't?
I'm asking you specifically.
It's because I have a good diet and I drink a lot of water.
So why is the sweat in your underpits different?
It's not. I don't smell when I sweat.
Oh, okay.
I'm the exception.
Okay. Don't look at me like that. Okay, I'm sorry. You are the exception. You are
To me.
the only exception.
If you grew up arguing with your sibling, it probably made you smarter. Shit. I must have had heaps of fights with my siblings.
I mean, yeah, I guess. I wouldn't know. I didn't argue much. To argue implies that there's two people in this fight. There was only ever one.
Arguing and fighting is two different things. The fact that you've put it into one gives us a little, like,
Insight.
yeah, to your childhood and your upbringing and your relationship with your mother.
I'm the alpha. Sorry. Is it your brother or your mother?
What?
Did you say with your brother or your mother?
Okay. Hey, that's all we got for time.
That was a very interesting segment, Chris. And yeah, I'll bring some for Running by Chris next time.
No. I feel like we're just gonna run it by Bing.
Okay.
Do you like that?
Yes,
You like it?
I like it. Okay. Peace.
Yo, thanks, guys.